What's up, you guys? My name is Hutch, and I make videos and put them on the internet, and I'm here with Eat My Addiction.
Hi.
I'm gonna call you Nick for the rest of this race.
Please do.
And we just recorded for probably about, 10-15 minutes there, and the game decided to crash, so let's awkwardly talk about the things we just talked about.
I'll shorten my answers this time. How about that?
We're gonna go concise. I have a problem with, do you ever have a problem being concise? Like, if you have a point to make, do you feel the need to use really elaborate, descriptive things to get the...
I did that. I was at H&R Block on Thursday to work to just figure out like what the best way to go about doing my taxes this year would be. And for some reason, there was no reason for me to impress the woman that was helping me. She's a very she's a very comforting, motherly type person, you know, so I wasn't intimidated by her. But for some reason, halfway through the conversation with her, I felt like using the word deferred, even though I wasn't using it properly, and I fucking knew it too. But I thought it was IRS language or whatever, so
yeah.
She'd appreciate that. And she just kind of ignored it.
Liz and I do that a lot with, one of our words that we use a lot in the beginning of our relationship was benign. Like, we would find a way to use the word benign in almost every sentence that we said.
Benign, 9 out of 10.
And there's nothing like being, having someone in your life constantly to remind you to not use the same words over and over again. So... Yours was the H&R Block lady, and
if I ever see her again, you know.
Yeah, just shake her hand and say, you know what? Thank you. You improved my vernacular.
Yeah.
And I no longer use deferred.
I'm going to defer back to my car.
Do you ever? I mean, what other awkward? So, would you describe yourself as an awkward person?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm nervous as shit. I have anxiety and stuff. So if I'm put in social situations. I'm the guy that goes in for a hug when a handshake will suffice, or vice versa, you know.
Sure. Well, I think most people like people like that. I think most people do, even if they act like they're uncomfortable. I think everybody likes a hug.
Yeah, hugs are nice, you know.
Yeah.
And I always make sure to smell good when I go out in public, so it's not like they're gonna lose anything from hugging me.
Yeah, I've been on a kick lately where I just don't wear deodorant, or wear oh fuck, god damn it. Or wear Liz's deodorant, which doesn't really help all that much. It's like Lady Speed Stick or something.
That's you're married. You're a married person.
Yeah.
That's what happens to married men.
It's fucking crazy.
Next, you're gonna be wearing her underwear, and not in the fun way.
No, I can't get into that. I can't.
Or it's gonna be like in About Schmidt when she made him pee sitting down for their entire marriage.
I didn't see that movie, so
that movie's hilarious.
Yeah. That's Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton.
Kathy Bates.
Oh, Kathy Bates. Okay.
Yeah, she gets full on naked in it too.
You're a cinephile. I like that about you.
I've seen more movies than I care to mention. I've probably seen more movies than I have spent time in the sun.
My first dream job was a movie critic. I used to when the wait, were you raised in the Bay Area? Did you get the Press Democrat at all? What was your paper?
Wait, what?
What was the newspaper that you had in your town?
Oh, Contra Costa Times.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're from Contra Costa. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to wait until Fridays when the movie reviews would come, and I used to want Roger Ebert's job. There was something that was I didn't have to see all the movies, but I know a lot about movies, even if I haven't seen them, just because I've read so many reviews. It's a cool story, huh? Anyways, so we did not talk about the things that we were talking about in the first one. That's good.
No, oh my, what the hell?
That would be a good segue to talk about. You went to film school. A lot of people that watch your channel may or may not know that about you. But
yeah, definitely.
Can you talk a little bit about, was that something that you always wanted to do, and what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, I mean, since I was a little kid, I've always known that I want to make movies. I would go out in the woods behind my house, and I would just be by myself making up, ridiculous stories and acting them out alone, which sounds sad on paper, but it led to me being probably a better storyteller than I would have been if I hadn't done shit like that, you know?
Sure.
So, yeah, I fucked around after high school for way too long, and one day I just kind of decided, shit, get off the pot. you want to go to film school. There's an opportunity for you to do that, so let's make it happen. And my parents are really, really supportive people, so they were totally for it, even though it cost them a lot of money. But in the end,
what was film school like?
It was interesting. It was a 16-month intensive program, and the only breaks we got between semesters were like 2-week breaks. We didn't have summer or anything. It was just pretty much straight film school for about a year and a half, a little bit over a year and a half. And it was interesting because our teachers weren't necessarily teachers. They were working people in the industry. So we were getting a pretty good idea of like what people would expect from us in the industry and what we should expect to deal with, you know. And part of that is like having to go location scouting, funding your own projects, you know, that kind of stuff. So like we would have equipment at our disposal and stuff, but everything else is up to us.
What was the original goal for it? Did you want to be an actor, a director, or a producer, or did you kind of give yourself permission to make up your mind later on?
I went into it knowing that I wanted to be a writer-director, and then I came out of it realizing that I liked acting a lot too. I did a lot of acting in high school, but like between high school and film school, which is like a 7-year gap, I didn't do like damn near any acting whatsoever. So then once I went to film school and I found myself in positions where I was like, oh, my classmate he's got this script and he's looking for actors, so I'm gonna go in for an audition and read for it and see what happens. And I got put in a couple of short films, and it was pretty. I liked it. It was pretty fun.
But the closest thing that I ever had to something like an audition was when I first flew down to LA. When Machinima was thinking about hiring me, I didn't know it at the time, but they were doing like kind of like a little dry run. So while I was there, Sark pulled me aside and asked if I wanted to hop in on a respawn, and I didn't realize it, but really they were sort of testing me at the time.
Right.
And it's hard to describe. It was really exciting and really horrifying at the same time. And I wonder what your how many auditions did you say that you had taken a part of?
Luckily, I've never had to do an audition. I mean, not had to, but I've never done like an audition, like a dry audition with somebody I didn't know. The map just trolled me. The map just fucking trolled me.
This map is fucking just
a piece of wood that I'm supposed to land on just flipped over and it made me crash. That's ridiculous. Anyway, so all the auditions I had were with people I already knew that were friends of mine. So it was that added pressure of like judgment wasn't really there. Like that's the big thing with auditions is like you're being judged. That's the point of it. So you go in there with your heart in your sleeve and you feel self-conscious. But for me, it wasn't really that bad. I was like, if I do bad, whatever. I'm still going to help them make the film, and I'm not going to feel too bad about it because whatever, you find someone better, and that's cool.
Yeah, that's tough, man. It's weird. It's kind of hard to explain like that to someone that, because I consider myself pretty shy too. Like video games bring a totally different side out of you. I think it's just kind of easier for people to get in touch with like their jokey side when they're playing a video game, especially if it's with the right crowd. But yeah, I think a lot of people might be surprised to find out that someone like you might be sort of shy or self-described as awkward in real life. But.
Yeah, I mean, I can if I'm in a social situation with like people I'm familiar with and comfortable with, like when I was at PAX, the last 2 PAX, you know, I was surrounded by people that I spend every day with pretty much on Skype, you know, talking to. So being around them physically didn't feel that much more different. It just made me more excited to hang out, you know? So it's like things like that, like I'm not terribly awkward, but if you put me in a room full of people I don't know, including lots of pretty girls, yeah, I'm going to clam up and just kind of hide in the corner, wait for people to approach me rather than the other way around.